Hello? Do you know where diseases originate? Do you really think only bats carry the coronavirus? You may be surprised to learn that, in fact, the spread of viruses from animals is quite common in our lives. Diseases like HIV, rabies, and, more recently, COVID-19 are all closely linked to animals. Statistics show that about 75% of new infectious diseases worldwide originate from animal viruses. So, which animals carry the most viruses and are the deadliest? Today, Triwo will introduce 10 such animals. Let's see just how frightening these viruses can be. Let's start with bats, a small creature but one that serves as a huge virus reservoir in nature. It sounds frightening, but there's a reason for it. Bats are one of the oldest animals on Earth, with remarkable adaptability over millions of years of evolution. Their bodies have an extremely fast metabolism, and their immune systems are surprisingly strong. When flying, a bat's body temperature can reach up to 40 degrees Celsius, allowing it to harbor viruses without getting sick. Viruses cannot replicate strongly within the bat's body, and bats cannot fully eliminate viruses, resulting in a unique symbiotic state. Bats live in large colonies, with thousands or even millions of individuals packed into narrow, dark, and humid spaces. This environment increases the possibility of virus sharing among them, making them a vast virus pool that, when given the chance, can easily transmit viruses to other species, including humans. During the COVID-19 pandemic, bats were considered one of the natural hosts of the SARS-CoV-2 virus, causing scientists to remain highly vigilant about the potential for transmission from this tiny creature. Species 2. Pangolins. Pangolins are a rather unique animal with bodies covered by hard scales. In the past, pangolins were hunted for their meat and scales, which were thought to have high medicinal value. This belief has brought pangolins to the brink of extinction while simultaneously increasing the risk of virus transmission from pangolins to humans. Pangolins have been identified as carriers of various viruses, most notably strains of coronavirus. Numerous studies have indicated that pangolins carry virus strains with structures similar to SARS-CoV-2, the virus that causes COVID-19. Although it hasn't been conclusively proven that the current coronavirus was transmitted from pangolins to humans, one thing is certain: coronaviruses cannot spontaneously appear in the human body but require an intermediate host for transmission. Based on current research, pangolins are still considered potential candidates as intermediate hosts, helping scientists understand virus transmission pathways better and potentially prevent future pandemics. Species 3. House mice. Ground squirrels. House mice, also known as ground squirrels, are closely associated with one of humanity's most feared diseases, the plague. Unlike typical mice, ground squirrels live in colonies and can carry the plague pathogen in their bodies. The plague is transmitted through fleas that live on mice, which then spread the disease to other animals and even humans. History records that in 1679, the outbreak of the plague caused nearly 2/3 of Vienna's population to perish, creating a terrifying image of the disease spread by mice. What's concerning is that ground squirrels can live in environments close to humans. If ground squirrels are captured and brought to pet markets or animal trading sites, they can infect each other through bites or fleas. In such a situation, only one infected mouse is needed to transmit the plague to the entire colony, with the disease rapidly spreading as they come into contact with humans. Species 4. African green monkeys. Next is the African green monkey, an animal associated with one of the most dangerous diseases for humans, HIV/AIDS. In scientific studies, researchers discovered that up to 70% of African green monkeys carry pathogens similar to HIV. Although green monkeys have high immune resistance, the virus can be transmitted to humans through direct contact, particularly via blood or bites. In some parts of Africa, there is a tradition of consuming monkey meat. When hunting, slaughtering, or handling green monkeys, people risk infection if bitten or exposed to monkey blood. In the past, the consumption of monkey meat was a significant factor in the spread of HIV in Africa. However, thanks to animal protection laws and increased awareness about virus prevention, HIV transmission from green monkeys has decreased significantly in recent years. Species 5. Hedgehogs. Finally, In the top 5, we have hedgehogs, a familiar creature but one that hosts a dangerous bacterium, Salmonella. This bacterium causes food poisoning, with symptoms ranging from mild gastroenteritis to severe complications, even death. Salmonella is typically transmitted through food, and hedgehogs, whether wild or domesticated, can carry this bacterium, especially if they haven't undergone thorough health screening. This poses a real risk when humans consume hedgehog meat that hasn't been properly treated for safety. In the past, some people believed that hedgehog meat could treat stomach ailments, but modern medicine has proven that professional healthcare is the best treatment option, rather than relying on hedgehog meat. Today, with advanced knowledge in medicine and food science, we understand that food-borne diseases from animals can be completely prevented by handling food safely and hygienically. Species 6. American raccoons. American raccoons, also known as raccoon dogs, are infamous as one of the wild animals that carry rabies the most. Contrary to popular belief, it's not only canine species that spread rabies. Raccoons are also one of the most common hosts for this virus. With their sharp claws, a raccoon scratch or bite can easily transmit the rabies virus to humans through open wounds. But rabies isn't the only concern. Raccoon feces also contain extremely dangerous bacteria and parasites, such as roundworms, which have the capability to invade human brains and eyes. Frighteningly, roundworms and raccoon feces can spread through simply inhaling air in areas where their feces are present. Thus, the danger posed by raccoons isn't limited to scratches or bites but extends to their surrounding habitats as well. In rural areas where raccoons are more common, people should exercise caution to avoid unnecessary contact with this animal. Species 7. Civets. Civets, also known as palm civets, were once considered a delicacy in certain parts of Asia due to their highly sought-after meat. However, they are also the host of the SARS virus, a type of coronavirus that caused the SARS outbreak in the early 2000s. At that time, experts found a strong link between early SARS patients and the consumption of civet meat. Researchers subsequently isolated the virus strain from civets and discovered that it had a structure similar to SARS-CoV. This finding turned these small creatures into a source of fear for many people, to the extent that civet meat prices soared due to rumors of its healing properties, which in reality posed a serious infection risk. Although later studies confirmed that not all civet species carry the SARS virus, they remain a dangerous source of transmission, emphasizing the importance of refraining from consuming wild animals. Species 8. Ticks. Ticks are small parasites but serve as intermediate hosts for a range of dangerous diseases, including Lyme disease and tick-borne encephalitis. They feed on the blood of animals but can also transmit pathogens from animals to humans. Ticks possess highly developed olfactory senses, which allow them to detect hosts from afar. They can smell hosts, climb onto leaves or grass, and wait to jump onto a passing host. When a tick bites, pathogens in its saliva can enter the host's bloodstream and quickly spread throughout the body. Alarmingly, even a tiny bite can spread various diseases, including tick-borne encephalitis and hemorrhagic fever. Additionally, contact with blood, saliva, or bodily fluids of infected animals can increase the risk of transmission. Due to their small size and stealthy parasitic nature, ticks are often hard to detect, posing a serious risk when found in populated areas. Species 9. Mosquitoes. Mosquitoes are arguably the most common virus-carrying insects and are responsible for transmitting some of the most dangerous diseases to humans. They are the primary carriers of numerous deadly diseases, such as malaria, dengue fever, yellow fever, and the Zika virus. When a female mosquito bites, viruses or parasites in its saliva are directly injected into the bloodstream of the person bitten, creating an efficient and easy route of transmission for numerous diseases. Statistics show that billions of people worldwide suffer from mosquito-borne diseases annually, with millions of fatalities. Certain mosquito species carry specific viruses, such as Anopheles mosquitoes, which transmit the malaria parasite, and Aedes mosquitoes, which spread dengue and Zika viruses. More alarming, the malaria parasite within Anopheles mosquitoes not only spreads through their saliva but also proliferates and develops strongly in the human body, leading to severe complications. With their rapid reproduction and high activity in warmer climates, mosquitoes are a significant threat to public health. Species 10. Rats. Rats are closely associated with human habitats and have the potential to carry thousands of different viruses. They are the primary cause of the plague, a terrifying disease that led to the Black Death in Europe during the 14th century, resulting in millions of deaths. Beyond the plague, rats also carry viruses similar to Ebola, which cause hemorrhagic fevers with extremely high mortality rates. Rats are one of the animals that can easily infiltrate and spread in human environments. They transmit viruses through various channels, from fleas living on them to their urine and feces. Notably, rat feces can also spread viruses through airborne particles, infecting people who inhale dust containing these pathogens. This makes rats a hidden threat in many households, especially in areas with poor sanitation. Therefore, maintaining a clean environment and controlling the rat population is crucial to reduce the risk of contracting dangerous diseases.
In general, besides the animals mentioned above, many wild animals also carry pathogens. However, as long as we avoid illegal wildlife trade, the risk of infection will significantly decrease. Chai Wo also encourages everyone to refuse the use of wildlife products, starting with ourselves. With the new year approaching, Chai Wo wishes everyone a year of abundant health and fulfillment. See you in the next video.